Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Cooking in My Bathrobe, episode 1. My name is Tim Janakos, and I'm going to cook green crepes today. You thought green eggs and ham were good, Sam I am? Well, green crepes are even better. So we're going to make our crepes really healthy, because I don't believe in that all white flour crepe stuff. I do have a little bit of flour here. It's almost running out. I need to buy some more. But I use a little bit of flour. I also use a little bit of rye flour. Sometimes I'll use corn flour. I'll use all kinds of stuff. Every day what I do is I muscle test for my body. As many of you know, I'm a certified emotion code healer, which are certified emotion code practitioner, which is a form of energy medicine. And one of the things we learn in that is, and of course my neighbor starts making all this noise while I'm trying to do this video. That's how it always happens. So one thing we learn is muscle testing. So I always muscle test for exactly what my body wants that particular day. So I have many grains in my cabinets I can use. Today I didn't use all the different grains I'm going to use. Today I muscle tested and my body said I wanted a little bit of wheat germ, and I can use a little bit of natural sugar in it. I don't use the white sugar. My body said I can use a little bit of coffee. I brewed up some coffee the other day. I bought some range-free, very expensive organic eggs, which I'm glad I get to use for the video. These ones are very expensive from a local farmer who does all range-free organic eggs. I'm going to put some kind of a green, I don't even know all the different stuff in this, but I muscle tested my body and my body said this was really good for me, so I bought it at the store. And some days my body says I don't need to take this, some days my body says I do need to take it. Today I tested and my body said yeah, take this. I don't even know all the green stuff it has. I'm sure it has like blue-green algae, wheatgrass, a bunch of stuff. I can read a few of these things, like it says celery, which is celery. And I also see pimon, which is, I forget what pimon is. My Japanese is not that great. Oh, it's eggplant, I think. Yeah, pimon? No, pimon is, anyway, I forget, it doesn't matter. My body said it's good. I got all natural jam to put on my crepes. So let's just start here. I just take one egg. These organic eggs are a little large, so with this egg I'm going to use a little more than a half cup of flour. Usually for one egg you use a half cup of flour, and for whatever amount of flour you use the same amount of liquid. Sometimes I use water, sometimes I use coffee, sometimes I use soy milk. Depending on what my body says it wants that day. And today I tested and my body said, okay, I'll use coffee. I use any kind of natural oil. Today my body said use grapeseed oil. I sometimes cook it with coconut oil, which is one of the best oils for your body. Sometimes I cook it with palm oil, and sometimes I cook it with even olive oil. And on occasion my body says use butter, but lately my body hasn't been wanting me to use any dairy products, so I haven't been using any dairy products except eggs occasionally when my body says it's okay. Today it says these eggs are really good for me. So here I go. I have any kind of bowl. Crack that egg, put it in the bowl. Okay. I'm probably one of the most messy cookers, so bear with me here. Okay. Whip it up. Oh, I'm going to use my little whisk. Whip that egg up. And we can beat it. Beat it until it's bloody. Okay. Then throw in my flour. I usually muscle test, but it's going to take a long time how much proportion I want. Today I'll probably just use about half of the regular flour. Some days I use less. Let's just use about that much flour. I'm going to put some of the rye flour in. Not that much, otherwise it gets too hard. A lot of times I'll use corn flour too. I have corn flour here. I have grits. I have a lot of other. I have I can't even say it. I almost said some disease. I have the stuff you make spaghetti with. Anyway, that flour. Use a little wheat germ. Today my body says wheat germ's good. Okay. And then my body says use a little bit of sea salt. Just a dab. Just brings out the flavor a little bit. Be careful not to put too much. This in Japan, it's really wet, so everything stays gets all hard and wet. So it's really hard to keep salt. Some people put rice in the salt to keep it from getting all moist, but it's like a hard rock in Japan. A little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, not much, but this is natural sugar, so it's really good for me. Whole cane sugar. Probably from, I think it's from Okinawa. Okay, I got that. Now I'm going to put one of these packages of green vegetable stuff in it. Use it just like the flour. It's hard to come out of the packet, it's really sticky. Okay, whatever space is left over, I'll put the rest of the flour in. Sometimes I make it with a bunch of other grains, but today my body doesn't want all those other grains today. Okay, so here we are. It's a nice October day. The weather's been kind of warm lately, so I'm just wearing my bathrobe because I don't feel like putting on any clothes because I'm just getting out of bed. Okay, it's almost a half cup of flour, so I'm going to put a little bit more of the regular flour. I don't always measure it, but I'm just using the measuring thing today because I'm doing the video, and I know people like to measure things, but a lot of times I don't measure things. I just put what my body thinks is right. I muscle test and I say, is that a good amount? Yeah. Okay. It's almost a half cup. Well, I'll put a little bit more. Let me see. I'm going to muscle test if it's okay if I put a little bit of the corn flour. Yeah. Okay, so I just did a muscle test on my finger. It's real fast. This is corn flour, some kind of corn flour. I can't even read it in Japan. When I first came to Japan, I really worried about all the stuff I was consuming because I couldn't read all the labels. But once I learned muscle test, I don't worry anymore. My body knows exactly what's the best stuff for me. And since I learned muscle testing, I lost a lot of weight even though I eat a lot of food. Because, whoa, my camera got knocked over. Even though I'm eating a lot of food, I'm eating the food my body wants that particular day, so it's always the right amount. I'll put a little more. Okay, that's good. That's a healthy combination. And I just put that in the eggs, about a half cup of flour, or whatever other healthy mix you want to do. Sometimes I put goma, which is black sesame, but today my body said, nah, don't think it's black sesame. And then the same amount of liquid. I use water sometimes. Today I'm going to go with coffee. Because I don't drink much coffee anymore now that I muscle test, because my body only wants it about once a week. I used to drink it 2 or 3 times a day, which was causing back problems. Many people have lower back problems because they drink too much caffeine. And you can look at one of the videos I have online about why that is. It usually causes problems with your kidney. And when your kidney has problems, they're connected to back muscles, and it causes problems with your back. Anyway, pour that same amount of flour that I used. So any kind of liquid that you want to use. I use sometimes soy milk, as I said. Sometimes I use regular milk if my body wants dairy that day. But not today. Today I'm doing it with coffee. Just to make it a little more exciting. Okay, there we go. Okay, just mix it all well up. Nice and just like a nice soup. Green soup. Green eggs and ham, Sam I am. Okay. And then I just turn on the heat. With crepes, you like to get it a little hotter than you would normally cook things. And I put a little bit of the Today my body says grapeseed oil. Just a little, not too much. If the pan's hot enough, it won't stick if you don't have to put that much oil. Just make the oil even on the bottom of the pan. If you muscle test and your body wants butter that day, you do the same with a little bit of butter. My body wanted grapeseed oil for some reason today. Okay, now just throw that in there. Make sure that the flame's on pretty high. Okay, not all the way up, but almost all the way up. I'll turn it down a little bit as it's cooking. Okay, there we go. I don't make it as thin as the crepe shops in Japan, which make it like super paper thin. I don't like those kind of crepes. And also they make it with just white flour, which isn't healthy. So these are going to be really healthy crepes. And some days I'll use jam. Some days I'll use some other kind of fruit spread. And when I really want to have a great dessert, I'll use some chocolate. This I melted myself from some chocolate bar. So I have some chocolate. Today my body says no chocolate. Or I'll put some other, I have some other kind of fruit spread here I use. Honey is really good, natural honey. Some people put some powdered sugar on top. Okay, so you just look at it, it's almost done. Once the bubbles start coming up on the top, and once I can move the pan and it slides around, I know it's pretty much done. It's ready to be flipped. I'm going to turn it up a little more because it's not cooking as fast as it usually should. It usually only takes a minute or so, but I don't think I had the flame up high enough. It's good to have the flame pretty high when you start it off, unless the pan's really hot already, you've cooked a crepe already. Okay, and if it can move by itself, that means it's ready to flip, but it's not ready yet. Okay, while I'm doing that, my wife always says I don't clean up while I'm doing this, but so I'm going to do a little cleaning while and all this green stuff didn't come out when I tried. It's really stuck in here. Put that for my second crepe. Okay, throw this away. Okay, my wife always says I have to wash my hands when I touch the trash can. We have a foot peg thing and I always forget to push it, so I gotta make sure I'm clean here. And she loves that I wipe my hands on my robe. I have a towel, but I like wiping it. My robe's clean. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's really moving around. It's starting to get dry on the top. That's when it's almost ready to flip. Some bubbles come up a little bit. I can try flipping it like, like one of those professional chefs, but I've tried that before. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it makes the crepe get all folded and stick together, so I'll do it with my spatula here. Okay, I think it's ready to flip. If it's too soft, the crepe will come apart. Oh, that came out perfect. Okay, look at that. Green eggs and ham, green crepes. Okay, it's almost ready. Got my second one ready to go if I feel like eating another one. After I eat one, I'll muscle test myself, and if my body says no, I'll just eat one. That's the key to losing weight, is knowing exactly what the proportions your body wants. And if you learn muscle testing, you'll know exactly what your body wants at every given time. Sometimes you think you're hungry and you just say, am I hungry? And body says no. Or am I thirsty? No. So you don't need to drink. Or do I need water? When I first started learning muscle testing, I found out I was dehydrated all the time. Lately I haven't been that dehydrated because I know exactly how much water I should drink. Okay, the other side you don't need to cook as long because the pan's already really hot. And just flip it again to see. Okay, it's getting good and brown on one side, so that's pretty much done. So, now I'm going to put it on my plate. and enjoy it. I'm going to turn off the heat. I usually don't turn, if I throw on another crepe right away, I don't turn off the heat. I start it right away. But I don't think I'm going to eat 2 crepes right today. Okay. Put that there. Put a little natural fruit spread down the middle. Okay. Not too much. This is strawberry jam. Ooh, that looks good, doesn't it? If you can see it over there, I'll have to move this closer to you in a moment. Roll it up. Nice and rolled up. And there you have it. That's green eggs. Not green eggs and ham. That's green crepes and jam. Sam I am. And that's perfect.